Time for a royal roundup as we are joined by our royal expert, Patricia Treble. Welcome, Patricia. We have yet to hear from the palace after what has happened, what has unfolded this past weekend with hundreds killed initially in Israel and towns and villages and, of course, at that music festival. Yeah. What can we expect from the palace?
I think we're definitely going to see, if not a statement, private or public, we'll definitely see an engagement with the Jewish community. Charles has really deep ties to the Jewish community and all the religious communities in Britain. In fact, the chief rabbi and his wife famously stayed over with the king and queen in their private residence in London so they could walk to the coronation the next day so they didn't have to break the Sabbath. And there was a personal invitation from the king. But there's also the fact that the king is the head of state. And you only act on the advice of government. And what we've really seen in the last few days, it's been politicians, governments leading, government statements. So we had the Quint last night, which is the US and the 4 big European countries, including Britain. And we saw all the Houses of Parliament in Canada and in Britain. We saw 10 Downing Street. The White House is very much politician-led right now, but then there'll be time for the heads of state to come in with their personal condolences.
All right. Meantime, switching gears, today is a World Mental Health Day. It was back in 2016 that William, Kate, and Harry, they launched a campaign to encourage more discussion around mental health. That work obviously continues, Patricia. And let's start with William and Kate, who have got several engagements involving or related to mental health over the next 3 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, it started, I didn't realize it started in 1992. I actually had to do the math. And I think when we look back at all the big landmarks for mental health in the world, the Heads Together campaign of 2016 is going to be one of those big ones. Because it really, when you've got royals talking about their own mental health issues and encouraging others to talk, it really breaks it down. And so what we're seeing for the next 3 days, William and Kate across Britain, specifically talking about young people and mental health. And it builds off a big survey that their Royal Foundation charity released yesterday. 3,000 young people, 16 to 24, talking about mental health issues. And what they found was that 2/3 think it's very important, mental health, their mental health, but that 40% have trouble managing their emotions. And so what we're seeing today, right now they're at an engagement in Birmingham, and it's a huge one with the BBC, and this is what they're talking about. They're talking about all these mechanisms by which young people can learn to manage their emotions. And it just all feeds together with everything that they've been doing and everything they're going to do, because they've said this is a very long-term project for them.
And Will and Kate aren't the only ones talking about it. Harry and Meghan are also at a forum in New York.
So there is a massive, massive event in New York for this. They're taking part at a summit. It's going to be at about 1:45, I think. And I'm going to, if I can watch it, if it's on YouTube, I'm going to watch it. And it's with the U.S. Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, and NBC's Carson Daly. And it's talking about something which is incredibly important, which is young people and safe social media. Because social media and young people, that is just a toxic blend that you could talk about forever. And so they're going to be talking about that in New York.
Actually, we're going to continue that discussion with Sophie Gregoire-Trudeau on the show today.
Yep, coming up here in just a little bit. Meantime, regarding Meghan, there's also reports that she has enlisted, Patricia, a brand new team to help with her Hollywood comeback or reemergence.
Exactly. So this came out of Page 6, and it kind of makes sense. If you want to do a relaunch, you get new people, new thinking. And so, because we've been talking about this since May. And what is it going to be? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be philanthropy? Is she going to go back to acting? She still needs to pay the bills. But I'm now starting to wonder if there has now been so much hype, it's been going on for so long, that I've got to kind of wonder if whatever she ends up doing, will it be big enough? And I'm not so sure.
All right. You know what will be huge? Will be the final season of The Crown. And we hear there's a new trailer. And this last season is going to be split in 2 parts?
Yep. So, and I got to say thank you, Netflix. Thank you. Every journalist right now is going, thank you, because they used to release all 10 episodes in one fell swoop. And that was just a marathon, because you'd have to watch it, analyze it, and write about it at the same time. And now they get to spread the fun out. So they're doing what they did with Harry and Meghan's Netflix series with a lot of new series. They're splitting it into 2 parts. So the first will be first, and we assume it's going to be 10 episodes. We don't really know. They're keeping everything closely under watch. November 16th and then December 14th. So you can set your calendars. This is going to be dealing with Diana's death and the aftermath. And so this is going to be interesting to see. They have got a lot of criticism already about how they've been handling Diana's death, even before anyone's seen anything. And the teaser avoided it completely. So it was all about the Queen. It was all about duty. And the actress is Imelda Staunton. So she's amazing.
Yes.
Fun fact, I know where the outfit's from. I was looking at that and I was thinking, where is that from? Golden Jubilee, 2002. She's about to step onto the balcony of Buckingham Palace.
Oh, okay. So you've done a little detective work.
I have.
There.
You know
Yes.
me.
Like it. And it's interesting how they're now releasing this in 2 parts, because it used to be a TV show. It was once a week. Then you got the whole thing and you could binge it. Now we've kind of found like a middle ground,
Yeah.
I think.
And I think I'll bet you the 5th episode, I'll bet you there's going to be a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Guaranteed. Patricia Treble, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much.
Welcome.